Donald John Trump is the 45th and current President of the United States who took office on January 20th, 2017. Prior to joining politics, he was a real estate mogul and television personality. Born in Queens, New York, Trump received an economics degree from the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. He took over his family's real estate business in 1971 and managed it until his inauguration in 2017. A well-known businessman, Trump has started various businesses and owned the Miss Universe and Miss USA beauty pageants from 1996 to 2015. In addition, he has written and published several books, including self-help books, personal finance books, political policy treatises, and autobiographies. On July 19, 2016, Trump became the official Republican presidential candidate after defeating 16 opponents in the primaries. That November, he was elected the 45th President of the United States and became the oldest and richest person to ever serve as president. As a successful entrepreneur and someone who beat many odds to become president, Trump has clearly tapped into his everyday power, and there are many lessons we can learn from him about success, business, and the work ethic. With that in mind, here are some Donald Trump inspirational quotes. Enjoy. Get going. Move forward. Aim high. Plan a takeoff. Don't just sit on the runway and hope someone will come along and push the airplane. It simply won't happen. Change your attitude and gain some altitude. Believe me, you'll love it up here. Show me someone without an ego, and I'll show you a loser. When you are wrong repeatedly, the worst thing you can do is continue taking it. Fight back. Sometimes your best investments are the ones you don't make. I try to learn from the past, but I plan for the future by focusing exclusively on the present. That's where the fun is. It doesn't hurt to get more education. What separates the winners from the losers is how a person reacts to each new twist of fate. Don't get sidetracked. If you do get sidetracked, get back on track as soon as possible. Ultimately, sidetracking kills you. Everything in life is luck. What's the point of having great knowledge and keeping them all to yourself? Anyone who thinks my story is anywhere near over is sadly mistaken. It's a blip, not a catastrophe. Remember, there's no such thing as an unrealistic goal, just unrealistic time frames. Watch, listen, and learn. You can't know it all yourself. Anyone who thinks they do is destined for mediocrity. One of the problems when you become successful is that jealousy and envy inevitably follow. There are people, I categorize them as life losers, who get their sense of accomplishment and achievement from trying to stop others. As far as I'm concerned, if they had any real ability, they wouldn't be fighting me. They'd be doing something constructive themselves. Partnerships must have loyalty and integrity at their core. Think big. You are going to be thinking anyway, so think big. Entrepreneurs are always taking feedback, especially from their customers, bankers, workers, and sales force. Without straightforward feedback, entrepreneurs cannot make sound decisions. Living your words, walking your talk, and talking your walk. There's an old German proverb to the effect that fear makes the wolf bigger than he is. and that is true. My people keep telling me I shouldn't write letters like this to critics. The way I see it, critics get to say what they want to about my work, so why shouldn't I be able to say what I want to about theirs? I like to think of the word focus as follow one course until successful. When people are in a focused state, the words I can't, I'll try, I'll do it tomorrow, and maybe get forced out of their vocabularies. As an entrepreneur, I choose my teachers carefully, very carefully. I am extremely cautious of the people with whom I spend my time and to whom I listen. We need strength, we need energy, we need quickness, and we need brain in this country to turn it around. I wasn't satisfied just to earn a good living. I was looking to make a statement. It's a great thing when you can show that you've been successful and that you've made a lot of money and that you've employed a lot of people. I think the big problem this country has is being politically correct. I've been challenged by so many people, and I don't frankly have time for total political correctness. And to be honest with you, this country doesn't have time either. People love me, and you know what? I have been very successful. Everybody loves me. Sometimes by losing a battle, you find a new way to win the war. The point is that if you are a little different, or a little outrageous, or if you do things that are bold or controversial, the press is going to write about you. When somebody challenges you, fight back. Be brutal, be tough. Criticism is easier to take when you realize that the only people who are criticized are those who don't take risks. No dream is too big. No challenge is too great. Nothing we want for our future is beyond our reach. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the ability to act effectively in spite of fear. I'm competitive, and I love to create challenges for myself. Maybe that's not always a good thing. It can make life complicated. A brand is to words the promise you telegraph and the experience you deliver. The most important thing in life is to love what you're doing, because that's the only way you'll ever be really good at it. Your business and your brand must first let people know what you care about and that you care about them. A tiny leak can sink a ship. In the end, you're measured not by how much you undertake, but by what you finally accomplish. Money was never a big motivation for me, except as a way to keep score. The real excitement is playing the game. Without passion, you don't have energy. Without energy, you have nothing. If you're interested in balancing work and pleasure, stop trying to balance them. Instead, make your work more pleasurable. Learn something new every day. I've always won, and I'm going to continue to win, and that's the way it is. If you're going to be thinking, you may as well think big. I think I was born with the drive for success because I have a certain gene. Unite to win. Divide to conquer. Most people think small because they are afraid of success, afraid of making decisions, afraid of winning. The harder you work, the luckier you get. If you love what you do, if you love going to the office, if you really like it, not just say it, but really like it, it keeps you young and energized. I really love what I do. The worst of times often create the best opportunities to make good deals. We will be a country of generosity and warmth, but we will also be a country of law and order. People are tired of seeing politicians as all talk and no action. When America is united, America is totally unstoppable. Strong relationships are the key. Nothing great in the world has been accomplished without passion. The way I run my business seems to be easier than the way I run my life. Always think positively and expect the best. I discovered, for the first time but not the last, that politicians don't care too much what things cost. It's not their money. Success comes from failure, not from memorizing the right answers. You do your job, you keep your job. Do it well, you get a better job. The biggest little thing for entrepreneurs is the lifelong commitment to education. The more predictable the business, the more valuable it is. Focus is essential to success, and successful people are people who can focus. Stay confident even when something bad happens. It is just a bump in the road. It will pass. Make every day extraordinary no matter what your job is. Have the courage to speak the truth, to do what is right, and to fight for what you believe. Sometimes understanding other people's problems is the key to finding opportunities. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like our videos.